Come to the front of your mat, standing up tall. Take your feet hip-width apart. Relax your arms down by your sides. Close your eyes. And just take a couple of deep breaths, inhaling through the nose and exhaling out the mouth. Sharing from one of my favorite books, The Radiant Sutras. Experience the substance of the body and the world as made up of vibrating particles. And these particles made up of even finer energies. Drifting more deeply, feel each particle as it condenses from infinity and dissolves back into it continuously. Noticing this, breathe easily with infinity dancing everywhere. Experience the substance of your body and of the world as made up of these vibrating particles, and these particles made up of even finer energy. Drifting more deeply into that awareness, feel into each particle of you as it condenses from infinity and dissolves back into it with each breath. Noticing this, breathe easily with infinity dancing within and without. Bring your hands into prayer in front of your heart. Thumbs to the third eye center. May we have a good breathe. May we dance in our bodies and with infinity. And rub your palms together, create a little heat in between your hands, and then put your hands onto your eyes. Slide your hands to the top of your head and then down the sides of your body, down your legs, all the way down to your feet, bowing forward. May we bless this body with this practice. Grab a ragdoll, grab opposite elbows, and just allow your head to hang. You can always bend your knees here. Begin ujjayi breath. Maintain that breath. Release your hands, chin into your chest, and roll yourself up to stand, coming into Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, circle the arms overhead, Urdhva, hands in prayer. Exhale, bow forward and down, standing forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, flat back, Ardha Uttanasana, reaching your chest forward, and then exhale, step your right foot back into a lunge, lower the knee to the earth. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky, low lunge. Exhale, hands move through prayer, fingertips down by the front foot, and make your way into child's pose, hips to heels, forehead to the ground. Inhale, come on to hands and knees, look at your own belly button. Exhale, arc the spine, look forward, chest and chin to the ground, 8-pointed pose. Straighten your legs out behind you. Inhale, cobra, lift the chest up. Then exhale, curling the toes under, downward dog, hips up to the sky. Inhale, right leg goes up. Exhale, step it forward in between your hands, back knee lowers to the ground. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead, low lunge. Exhale, hands down by the front foot and step forward. Bowing, standing forward fold. Inhale, come on up to stand, circle the arms up to the sky. Exhale, bow forward and down, standing forward fold. Inhale, lengthen forward, flat back, offer your chest forward. Exhale, step your left foot back into a lunge, lower the knee to the earth. Inhale, circle the arms overhead, low lunge. Exhale, hands down by the front foot. Step back into child's pose, hips to heels, forehead to the earth. Inhale, come forward into cat pose, look at your own belly button. Exhale, arc the spine, look forward, chest and chin to the ground, 8-pointed pose. Straighten your legs out behind you and inhale, cobra. Press all 10 toes into the earth, lift your chest. Exhale, down dog, take your hips up to the sky behind you. Inhale, reach your left leg up to the sky, 3-legged dog. Exhale, step it forward in between your hands, back knee lowers, low lunge. Inhale, circle the arms overhead. Exhale, hands come down to the earth and step forward, standing forward fold. Inhale, up to stand we go, Urdhva Hastasana, arms overhead. Exhale, bow forward and down, standing forward fold. Inhale, flat back, offer the chest forward. Exhale, right foot steps back, knee lowers to the ground. Inhale, circle the arms up to the sky, low lunge. Exhale, hands down by the front foot and step back, down dog. Inhale, forward plank pose, upward push up. Exhale, lower halfway or all the way down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra, press your toes into the earth. Exhale, down dog, hips up to the sky behind you. Inhale, reach your right leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, step it forward in between your hands. Back knee lowers, arms up to the sky, inhaling low lunge. Exhale, hands down by the front foot and step to the front of the mat, standing forward fold. Inhale, up to stand we go, Urdhva Hastasana, arms overhead. Exhale, bow forward and down, standing forward fold. Inhale, flat back, offer the chest forward. Exhale, step your left foot back into a lunge, lower the knee to the earth. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead, low lunge. Exhale, hands down by the front foot and step back, down dog. Inhale, come on forward, plank pose, upward push-up position. Exhale, lower halfway or all the way down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhaling, down dog, hips up. Inhale, left leg goes up to the sky behind you. Exhale, step it forward in between your hands, back knee lowers to the ground. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead, low lunge. Exhale, hands down by the front foot, step to the front of the mat, Tadasana. Inhale, come on up to stand, Urdhva Hastasana, arms overhead. Exhale, hands in prayer in front of the heart. Release your arms down by your sides, close your eyes. Opening the eyes, inhale, circle the arms overhead. Exhale, grab a hold of your left wrist with your right hand. Inhale, lift the arms up, and then exhale, take your hands over to the right, standing half moon. You can either look directly forward or look towards the left by your left armpit. Breathe deep into the left side waist. Come on back to stand and change sides. Grab a hold of your right wrist and take your hands over towards the left, breathing into the right side. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, release your arms down by your sides. Interlace your fingers behind you by your bum. And then bend your elbows a little bit. Shrug your shoulders onto your back. And as you exhale, straighten your legs and bow forward and down, standing forward fold. With your hands interlaced, reach them up to the sky. And if you can, towards the front of your own mat. Release your hands down to the ground. Inhale, flat back. Offer the chest forward. Exhale, step your right foot back into a lunge. Knee stays off the ground. Inhale, circle the arms up to the sky, high lunge. As you exhale, take your arms out to the sides. Eagle arms, take your right elbow underneath your left one, or wrap your arms around yourself and give yourself a hug. Inhale, lift the elbows up to the sky. And then as you exhale, bow forward and down. And if you ever have trouble balancing, back knee on the ground. Inhale, reach the elbows forward and up, lift the torso up. And then exhale, come on down. Bowing over the inside of the front leg. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, bow forward. Unravel your hands to the inside of your front foot. Walk your left foot out to the left a little bit. Tent out your fingertips. Shrug your shoulders onto your back, upward facing lizard. Allow your pelvis to get heavier towards the ground, and then reach your chest forward and up like you would for up dog. If this ever feels like too much back knee on the ground, it's a great modification. And then breathe into the front of your back leg. Breathe into your inner thighs. Lifting the hips up, plant your palms on the ground, and then step back. Three-legged down dog. Down dog, left leg up to the sky. Bend your knee and stack your hip. As you do this, lower your left armpit down From here, come forward to plank and take your left knee to your right tricep, your right upper arm, so you're twisting over to the right. Claw the mat with the finger pads and lift the hips up, and then look to the right and slide your left foot out to the right, fall in triangle. Come onto the inside edge of your right foot and reach your right arm up to the sky. Right palm comes down to the earth, step back, down dog. Inhale, come on forward, upward dog. So roll right over your toes, lowering your hips, lift your chest. And then exhale, chaturanga, bottom part of a push-up. Inhale, plank pose, top part. And then exhale, down dog, hips up to the sky behind you. Inhale, right leg goes up. Exhale, step it forward in between your hands. Lower your back heel down to the ground and inhale, reach your arms up to the sky, warrior one. So arms up by ears and square the front of your pelvis towards the front of your mat. Keep your left arm where it is and take your right hand to your sacrum, the back of your pelvis, and then lift your left fingers up a little bit higher. And exhale, twist gently towards the right, stretching the left side waist. Come upright with your torso. And then slowly open yourself up into warrior two. So shimmy your back foot out behind you a little bit more. And then open your hips and your heart towards the left wall, opening your arms into a T shape. Connect to a gaze point on the ground out in front of you and just breathe deep here. See if you can bend a little deeper into your front leg, pressing the front heel down into the ground. Straightening your front leg. Triangle pose, move your hips towards the back of the mat and then right fingers down to the ground to a block or to a shin and reach your left arm up to the sky. Now from here, squeeze your heels towards each other. Feel how that engages the inner thighs. And then roll your chest open towards the left, up towards the sky. And then splay those great fingers out wide of your top arm. Cartwheel your hands down by your front foot. Bend into your front knee. Pivot your back heel up off the ground. Keeping your left palm on the ground, reach your right arm up to the sky, opening your chest towards the right now. Right palm comes down to the earth. Shift the weight forward and step to the front of your mat. Inhale, flat back, lift the chest. Exhale, bow, standing forward fold. Inhale, come on up to stand. Circle the arms overhead. And exhale, hands in prayer in front of the heart. Opening the eyes, inhale, reach the arms overhead. Grab a hold of the left wrist of the right hand as you exhale. And then go ahead, take your hands over towards the right like we did last time. Come on back to center and switch sides. Come on back to center. Release the arms down by your sides. Interlace your fingers behind your bum. Inhale, lift the chest up. And then exhale, bow, standing forward fold. Release your hands down to the ground. Inhale, flat back. Offer the chest forward. Exhale, step your left foot back into a lunge. Knee stays off the ground. And inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. High lunge. And as you exhale, take your arms out to the sides. Left elbow underneath right one. Eagle arms, or just hug yourself with the left elbow underneath. Inhale, lift the elbows up to the sky. Exhale, bow forward on the inside the front leg. So do this a couple times with your own breath at your own pace, and you can always put the back knee on the ground. Release your hands down to the inside of the front foot. Walk your right foot out to the right. Tent out your fingertips, upward facing lizard pose. Shrug shoulders onto back and allow the pelvis to get heavy towards the ground as you lift the chest forward and up. You can always put the back knee on the ground if you need. And then breathe into your legs. Lift the hips up a little bit, plant your palms, three-legged down dog. Take your right leg up, bend your knee and stack your hip, pressing your bottom heel towards the ground. Keep clawing the mat with your finger pads, and then come forward into plank pose and take your right knee to your left tricep, your left upper arm. Claw mat with finger pads, lift the hips up. Fall in triangle, slide your right foot out towards the left, come onto the inside of your left foot, left arm up to the sky. Down dog, palms come down to the earth and step it back. So we'll take the vinyasa backwards. Inhale, coming forward, upward dog, roll right over your toes, lift to your chest. And then as you exhale, chaturanga, feel free to put your knees on the ground. Inhale, plank pose, lifting up. And then exhale, down dog, hips up to the sky behind you. Inhale, left leg goes up to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, step it forward in between your hands. Step your back foot in about a foot, warrior one. Lower your right heel towards the left and then reach your arms up by your ears. Left hand comes to the sacrum or the back of the right thigh. Inhale, lift the right arm up a little bit higher. And then exhale, just a gentle twist towards the left, opening up the front of the pelvis on the right side. Slowly come upright. Open your arms into a T and then turn towards the right. Slide your right foot out behind you, warrior two. Pressing the outer edge of your back foot into the ground, opening your arms into a T, breathing over left fingertips, gazing over the left fingertips. Straightening your front leg, triangle pose. Tilt your hips towards the back of your own mat. Left fingers forward and down. Left hand to a shin, a block of the earth. Right arm up to the sky. Roll your chest open now towards the right. Cartwheel your hands down by your front foot, bend into your front knee, pivot your back heel up off the ground. Right palm stays on the ground, left arm goes up to the sky. Roll your chest open now towards the left. Left hand comes down to the earth, step to the front of your mat. Inhale, flat back, offer your chest forward. Exhale, bow, standing forward fold. Inhale, up to stand we go, Urdhva. Exhale, hands in prayer in front of the heart. Close your eyes and breathe into all the particles that make you up. Releasing your hands, opening your eyes. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, bow, standing forward fold. Inhale, flat back, offer your chest forward. Exhale, step your right foot back into a lunge. Knee stays off the ground. Inhale, reach the arms overhead, high lunge. Exhale, take your arms out to the sides into a T shape. Take your right elbow underneath your left one, eagle arms. Inhale, lift the elbows up. And then as you exhale, shift the weight forward. Come on up to stand and bring your right knee in towards your chest. Take your right knee out towards the right and then place your right ankle on top of your left thigh, creating a number 4 shape with your legs. From here, slowly bend into your standing leg, coming into a funny variation of chair pose. Stay upright or bring your elbows to your shins. Wherever you are, stick your butt out behind you. If you can, you're going to unravel your hands and put your hands on the ground or on blocks and then straighten standing leg, nose to standing leg. If that ever feels like too much, just stay upright with your torso, no problem. My friends who are down low, bend into your standing leg and then everybody come on up to stand, hands in prayer. And then cross your right leg in front of your left one, pinky toes come to touch, so both feet on the ground. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, bow, standing forward fold. You can always bend your knees or put your hands on blocks. Walk your hands towards the right front corner of the mat and then stick your butt out towards the left back corner of the mat. So you're stretching out the left hamstrings and the outer left leg. Come on back to center with your hands. Lift your right foot up and slide it out behind you, standing splits, and work your nose towards your standing leg, which is your left leg. Stay here, or left hand to left ankle, forearm behind calf. Work nose towards standing leg. That checks out okay. Slide your right hand back and line your fingertips up with your toes. Bend into your standing leg, step back into a lunge pose, and then reach your left leg up to the sky behind you, three-legged down dog. Bend your left knee, stack your left hip on top of your right one. Come forward to plank pose, and then take your left knee to your right tricep, your left tricep, back to your right tricep, over to your left, back over to the right, and to the left. Three-legged down dog, hips up to the sky behind you. Release the foot down to the ground. Wah. Inhale, come on forward. Upward dog, roll right over your toes, lift your chest. Exhale, chaturanga, bottom part of a push-up. Inhale, plank pose, top part. Exhale, down dog, hips up to the sky behind ya. Inhale, right leg goes up to the sky, three-legged down dog. Exhale, step it forward in between your hands. Warrior one, step your back foot in about a foot, lower your back heel and reach your arms up by your ears. And as you exhale, take your hands behind you and interlace your fingers together. Inhale, lift the chest up, and then exhale, humble warrior, bow forward and down, either resting your right ribs on top of your right thigh or right shoulder on the inside of the leg, head towards the ground. With your interlaced fingers, reach them up to the sky or out in front of you towards the front of the room. Slowly unravel your hands down to the ground, lift the chest up, plant your palms, and then three-legged down dog, take your right leg up to the sky behind you. Bend your right knee, look forward, and then pigeon pose. Bring your right knee forward behind your right wrist, right foot over to the left. Walk your hands by your hips, and then shift over to the right side, sliding your right foot forward. From here, lift your hips up off the ground, square the front of your pelvis towards the front of your mat, put your back knee down on the ground, and then work your front knee down towards the earth. I call this express pigeon. Feel free to stay up higher or just take regular pigeon if this ever feels like it's too much. And then wherever you are, breathe into your right glutes, your right bum. Slowly step to the front of the mat and bow, standing forward fold. Inhale, come on up to stand. Circle the arms overhead. Exhale, hands in prayer in front of the heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, bow forward and down, standing forward fold. Uttanasana. Inhale, flat back, offer the chest forward, and then exhale, step your left foot back into a lunge. Inhale, circle the arms overhead. Exhale, take your arms out to the sides. Left elbow underneath right one, eagle arms. Shift the weight forward and then come on up to stand. Bring your left knee in towards the chest. Take your left knee out to the left and then place your left ankle on top of your right thigh, creating a number 4 shape with your legs. Bend into your standing leg, funny variation of chair pose. Either stay upright or rest the elbows on top of your left shin. Feel free to stay here or unravel your arms down to the ground, fingertips the earth, straighten your standing leg, work your nose towards your standing leg. Come on back up to stand, hands in prayer in front of the heart. Cross your left leg in front of your right one, pinky toes come to touch, both feet on the ground. Inhale, circle the arms overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, bow, standing forward fold. Walk your hands towards the left front corner of your mat and press your butt towards the right back corner of the mat. And again, you can always bend your knees or put your hands on blocks. And then breathe into your hamstrings, the outer part of your right leg. Come on back to center with your hands. Bend both your knees and slide your left foot out behind you up towards the sky, standing splits. Walk your hands a little closer to your standing leg, and then if you can, right hand to the right ankle, forearm behind calf. Work your nose towards your standing leg, and then if you can, line your fingertips up with your toes, so your left fingers with your right toes. Bend into your standing leg, both hands come down to the ground, plant your palms, three-legged down dog, right leg goes up to the sky behind you. Bending the knee and then coming forward, take your right knee to your left tricep. Then over to your right tricep. Then over to your left tricep. Then over to your right tricep. And then over to your left tricep. And then over to your right tricep. And then take it back up behind you, three-legged down dog, release the foot to the ground. Inhale, ripple forward, upward dog, roll right over your toes, lower your hips and lift your chest. Exhale, chaturanga, bending the elbows. Inhale, plank pose, top part of a push-up. Exhale, down dog, hips up to the sky behind ya. Inhale, left leg goes up, three-legged dog. Exhale, step it forward in between your hands, warrior one. Back heel lowers. Inhale, reach your arms up by your ears. Take your hands behind you by your bum, interlace your fingers together, opposite pinky finger in front. Inhale, lift the chest up, and then exhale, bow, humble warrior, either resting ribs on top of front thigh or crown of the head towards the ground on the inside of the front leg. Keep scissoring the inner thighs towards each other, trying to square the front of the pelvis towards the front of your mat, and then press the outer edge of your back foot into the ground. Slowly release your hands down to the ground and make your way back into three-legged downward dog, left leg up to the sky behind you. Looking forward, pigeon pose. Bring your left knee behind your left wrist, left foot over towards the right. Slide your right leg out behind you and then shift over to the left side, sliding your left foot further forward for express pigeon. Lift your hips up, square the front of your pelvis towards the front of your mat, and then put your back knee down on the ground and work your front knee forward and down. You can always slide a block or something underneath your left knee if you feel like you need a bit more height. Walk your hands by your hips and lift your chest up. And again, if this ever feels like it's too much for your knees, just take regular pigeon pose, no problem. Plant your palms, lift your hips up, three-legged down dog, left leg up to the sky behind you. And then exhale, step your left foot to the middle of your mat, halfway between the front and the back of the mat. Shift the weight forward and take a couple hops, swinging your top leg up towards the sky. Step to the front of your mat. Inhale, lengthen into a flat back, and then exhale, bow, standing forward fold. Inhale, come on up to stand, circle the arms overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands in prayer in front of the heart, Tadasana, mountain pose. Close your eyes, and again, just feel. Opening your eyes, look down, take a step back towards the middle of your mat, bring your big old toes to touch, and then come onto your tippy toes. Lift both your heels up off the ground. Hands can stay in prayer. Bend your knees and slowly come all the way down into a little squat. So bring your hips to your heels. Take your knees out to the sides. Take your hands down to the ground for Bakasana, crow pose. Palms shoulder width apart or a little bit wider. And then take your knees to your upper arms. Claw mat with your finger pads. And then see if you can lift your toes up off the ground, balancing on just your hands. Keep hugging the inner legs towards each other, booty up high. And then bring your feet down to the earth, soles feet to the ground if they can. You'll see how it goes in your own body. Keep your knees wide and then press your elbows to your knees out to the sides, and then put your butt down on the ground. Seated, thread the needle, place your right ankle on top of your left thigh with your hands behind you. Feel free to stay upright or double pigeon. Right shin stacks on top of left one. You can stay upright or rest the elbows on top of your front shin. You can stay here or rest the elbows onto the ground out in front of you, and then bow forward. Whatever variation you're in, breathe deep into your hips. And slowly come on back up. With both knees bent, place both feet on the ground, soles feet together. And then walk your hands by your hips, lift your hips up, straighten your legs, bow, standing forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, come on up to stand, circle the arms overhead. Exhale, hands in prayer in front of the heart. I'm going to come into Galavasana, flying pigeon. So if you've never done this before, maybe just watch me. Place your right ankle on top of your left thigh, creating that number 4 shape like we've been doing. And then rest your elbows on top of your right shin. You can stay here or hands come down to the ground, straighten standing leg, work nose to standing leg. Now bend both your knees, bend your elbows, look forward, and then hook your right foot around your left armpit. Press your right knee into your right armpit, and then shift the weight forward and try to lift your left foot up off the ground. That checks out okay. Straighten your left leg out behind you. As gracefully as you can, come on back into a standing forward fold and step your right foot to the outside of your left one. Pinky toes touch like we did last time. And then walk your hands over to the right, pressing your butt towards the left. Come on back to center, bring your big toes to touch, and then roll yourself up to stand. Tadasana, mountain pose. Lift both your heels up off the ground, coming onto your tippy toes, and then slowly bend your knees and bring your hips all the way down to your heels. Take your knees out to the sides, bring your hands down to the earth, crow pose number 2. Take your knees to your upper arms, shift the weight forward, and see if you can lift 1 or 2 feet up off the ground. Keep clawing the mat with your finger pads, reaching your chest forward. Bring your feet down to the earth. Heels come down to the ground, hands in prayer, press your elbows to your knees, knees out to the sides, lift the chest, and then bring your bum down to the earth. Take your hands behind you. We're going to now do the left side. So you're going to place your left ankle on top of your right thigh, creating a number 4 shape with your legs. Stay here or double pigeon, left shin stacks on top of right one. Stay upright or rest your elbows on top of your shin. Stay here or walk the arms a little further forward and bow over your legs. Come upright and place both your feet down on the ground. And hips up, head down, standing forward fold. Inhale, come on up to stand, circle the arms up. Exhale, hands in prayer in front of the heart center. Shift your weight into your right foot, bend your left knee, and place your left ankle on top of your right thigh. From here, bend into your standing leg, chair pose. So again, we're going to move in towards the arm balance, and so if you're not coming into Galavasana with me, feel free to stay as you are or take crow pose again. Walk your hands a little further out in front of you, plant your palms for Galavasana for flying pigeon, hook your left foot around your right armpit, press your left knee into your left armpit, shift the weight forward and try to lift your right foot up off the ground. And then slowly release, step your left foot to the outside of your right one, straighten both your legs and bow, standing forward fold. Hands walk over towards the left as you press your bum over to the right. Come on back to center and bring your big toes to touch. Walk your hands a little further forward, come onto your tippy toes, and then bend your knees and put your knees down on the ground for Virasana, hero pose. Take your feet out to the side, to the left and to the right, and then sit in between your legs. Feel free to sit on a block if this doesn't work for you. The higher your hips are, the less intense it is on your knees. And if this ever feels like too much, just take lizard pose. If you're seated with me in hero pose, then either stay upright or begin to recline, walk your hands out in front of you, and work the back of your heart towards the ground. If you want to take this a bit further, take your arms overhead on the ground and grab opposite elbows. Breathe into the front of your pelvis. And slowly come upright. Take your hands out in front of you. Straighten one leg on the ground out in front of you, ball of the foot on the ground, and then roll the heel front to back, stretching out the back of the knee. Switch sides. Take both your knees down on the ground and then roll over onto your back. Get your ankles underneath your knees and robot your arms to your sides, hugging your elbows in towards each other, palms facing in, and then inhale, lift your hips up off the ground for bridge pose. Take your hands and interlace them underneath you. Lift the pelvis up even higher and then either stay here or place your right ankle on top of your left thigh, creating a number 4 shape like we've been doing. Allow the knee to get heavier and then lift your right hip up a little bit higher up to the sky. Right foot comes down to the ground, switch sides, left ankle on top of right thigh, left knee lowers, left hip lifts. Slowly release, left foot to the ground, lift your hips up a little bit higher. And slowly lower your spine down onto your arms and bring your soles feet together, knees out to the sides. We're all proportioned very differently, so if your hands are uncomfortable underneath you, you can just flatten your palms, one palm on top of the other underneath you. Just giving the wrists and forearms a bit of massage. Place your feet back on the ground, hip width apart. Pressing your feet down into the ground, lift your hips off your arms and either stay here or take your hands by your ears for wheel pose. Press your palms on the ground and lift your torso, your head up off the earth. Wherever you are, press your feet down, lift your hips up, and then breathe into your chest. Stay as you are. Do the same thing we just did. Lift your right foot up off the ground. Place your right ankle on top of your left thigh. Knee lowers, hip lifts. Release your right foot down to the ground. Same other side. Place your left ankle on top of your right thigh. Release your left foot down to the ground. Inhale, reach your chest forward, then exhale, slowly bring yourself to the earth. Feet wide, knees in towards each other. Close your eyes and just feel. Walk your feet back in, hip width apart. Hands by the hips or hands by the ears. I leave it to you. Inhale, lift yourself up, bridge your wheel. My friends, in wheel pose, bring your left hand to your left hip, your left thigh. See if you can float and balance on just your right hand. Put your left hand down and then switch sides. Lift your right hand up, right hand to right thigh or right hip. Right hand comes down. Next time you exhale, lie down. Again, feet wide, knees in towards each other. Close your eyes. Take an inhale through the nose and out your mouth. Close your eyes and enjoy the internal view. Hug your knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around your legs. Give yourself a big old hug. Keeping your right knee in towards the chest, extend your left leg onto the ground out in front of you, wind release pose. Stay as you are or half happy baby. Right sole of the foot faces the ceiling. Hold on to the foot or the shin with the right hand. Left hand to left thigh. Gently press the left thigh down. Thread the needle. Bring your left knee in towards the chest. Place your right ankle on top of your left thigh and interlace your fingers around your left leg, hugging your right shin in towards the chest. Stay as you are, or reclined pigeon. Wrap your arms around your right shin. Straighten your left leg onto the ground out in front of you. And then slowly release, recline spinal twist. Take your right arm out to the right and your right knee over to the left. You can always bend your left knee and put it underneath your right one if your lower back feels like it needs a bit more space. Come on back to center, hugging right knee in towards the chest. Straighten your right leg on the ground out in front of you and bring your left knee in. Interlace your fingers around your left shin and hug your left knee in towards your left armpit. Stay as you are, or half happy baby on the left side. Allow your exhales to be really nice and deep as we move through these more passive poses. Thread the needle, bring right knee in towards the chest, left ankle on top of right thigh, and then hug left shin in towards the chest. Stay as you are, or again, reclined pigeon pose. Wrap your arms around your left shin and straighten your right leg onto the ground out in front of you. Recline spinal twist, unravel. Take your left arm out to the left and then take your left knee over to the right. Modify as you need to for your lower back. And breathe into your left side waist, into your lower back. Come on back to center. Both knees bent, both knees into the chest. Wrap your arms around your legs. And slowly release. Place your feet down on the ground. Halasana plow pose. Lift your hips up and take your toes over your head. If you can, either interlace your fingers together or bring your hands right to your back. Hug your elbows in towards each other, coming into shoulder stand, extending your legs up to the sky. If you're dealing with any shoulder and neck stuff today, I'd prefer you don't come into shoulder stand or plow. You can take Viparita Karani, block under bum, legs up to the sky, or bum to the wall, legs up the wall. If you're in shoulder stand with me, really lift up through all 10 of your toes and gently press the back of the head into the ground so that the natural C curve of your neck is maintained. Whatever variation of the inversion that you're in, if you can, close your eyes or connect to a gaze point out in front of you and focus on your exhales, deepening them as much as you can. If you ever need to come down before I come down, please take care of yourself. Feel free. Stay as you are. Bring your soles feet together, knees out to the sides. Bakasana. Stay as you are, or explore trying to balance on just your shoulders by bringing one hand to one thigh where the knee and the thigh meet, and then maybe the other one. Keep pressing the back of the head gently down into the ground. Keep breathing deep. You're doing great. And slowly bring your hands back to your lower back. Extend your legs up to the sky if you're not there already. Halasana plow pose, take your toes over your head. If your feet can touch the ground, work towards straightening your legs. And if they don't touch, don't worry about it. Now bend your knees, and either knees to your forehead or knees by your ears. You'll see how it goes in your own body. Relax your arms down. And then with bent knees, as slow as you can, roll your spine down to the earth. Once your lower back comes down to the earth, hug your knees in towards your chest, and then roll yourself up to sit. Modified version of child's pose. Wrap your arms around your legs and just rest your forehead on your knees. Lifting your head up. Find a seat of your choice. Feel free to sit on a block. And close your eyes. Experience the substance of this body, the substance of this world, as made up of vibrating particles. And these particles are made up of even finer energies. Drifting more deeply, feel into each particle as it condenses from infinity and dissolves back into it continuously. Notice this. Breathe easily, with infinity dancing everywhere around you and within you. Can you feel, as you deepen your breath, the particles within you lighting up? Envision your breath moving into all parts of your body, feeding this finer energy. In yoga, we call this prana, life force. So feed your body prana with each inhale. I'm going to remain seated, but if you'd like to lie down in shavasana, feel free. Bring your hands into prayer in front of your heart. And rub your palms together like we did at the beginning of class, creating heat in between your hands, and then bring your hands to your eyes. And bow your chin softly towards your chest if you're seated. Slide your hands down your body if you're seated, all the way down to your feet as we did at the beginning of class. Deep gratitude to our bodies for this practice. Hands in prayer in front of the heart. Namaste. If you like that video, you'll probably like these. And if you want more videos, go to my membership site. Either way, let's stay connected.